In this video, I'm going to talk about the options you have for tracking the traffic that's going through your YouTube videos. And I just can't express strongly enough how important it is to track what users are doing after they watch your video, because you might be getting tons of traffic to a video, but if none of them are clicking through to your sales page, or maybe they're not opting in or not buying, then that video actually isn't doing you any good and you need to change strategies. So it's really important that you track, and I'm going to give you a lot of options here for ways you can track and which ones would be right for you depending on your situation. So what we're looking at here is a diagram of the user path, the path we want your users, your potential customers, to take upon viewing your video. So they're going to be coming either from your promoted ad, from your promoted video ad, or they might be coming from your YouTube organic traffic, or they might be coming from other organic traffic. In some way you're going to be having this traffic coming in, and they are going to be then coming in viewing your video. Now I want to mention right now that if you don't know what a YouTube promoted video ad is, or if you don't know what a call to action overlay is, I want you to stop now and go back and watch the video on YouTube promoted videos. Even if you're not interested in advertising in YouTube, I just recommend you stop here and go back and watch those, because for as little as 30 cents a month you can promote your videos, and it gives you the right to have this call to action overlay on your video, which is really important. It puts an ad for yourself right on your video with a clickable link, and both of those are extremely important for advertising in video and on YouTube. And also, in terms of tracking, the call to action overlay, which is only available if you're using YouTube promoted videos, also allows you to mask your link. And since most tracking systems use their own tracking link, you want to be able to mask your link so that the URL they see is the URL for your website or your affiliate's website, but the link itself is actually a tracking link, so that you are sending them to that website, but you can make the link a tracking link, and what they see is the link to the actual website. So I recommend you watch that. The rest of this video and the tracking videos all assume that you understand YouTube promoted videos, and specifically that you understand the call to action overlay. So you're going to be getting traffic coming from one of these traffic sources. They're going to watch your video. When your call to action overlay pops up, hopefully you've got an effective ad there, and they're going to click on that link. Now the path I recommend that you take, even if you're an affiliate, is that you send them to an opt-in form. And the opt-in form is going to offer them something for free. So for example, if your video is about weight loss, then your call to action overlay in your opt-in form is going to tell people, hey, get a free video course on how the most effective ways to lose weight in such and such an amount of time, and you would make that course yourself and deliver it by email. They opt into the opt-in form, and then you start sending them emails, say every day, that give them great content, really interesting videos, let's say, on some exercises that you know that are really going to help them lose weight, and also each of those videos and emails is going to be pointing them to the sales page, either yours or your affiliate sales page. So that's the path I recommend, is that your call to action overlay takes them to an opt-in form. You offer them something for free. They opt in, and it takes them to a thank you page, which says thank you for opting in. Your email will be arriving shortly, and then to the sales page. Now maybe those could be the same page, or maybe if you're an affiliate, your opt-in form might just take them straight to the sales page, and you just send them an email right away that says thanks for opting in. Now I understand that might not be the case. It may be that your call to action overlay goes straight to your sales page or to your affiliate sales page, but in either case you are going to want to be tracking what's happening when your users visit your video. So if you're using YouTube promoted videos, that's great. It allows you a certain amount of tracking, but the only thing it's going to let you track is this. It's going to let you track clicks on the actual ad, and it's going to let you track video views. It actually won't even let you track whether people are clicking on your call to action overlay. Now if you're going to be effectively tracking whether this video is bringing you any business at all, you're going to need to be tracking these items as well. Your call to action overlay clicks, your opt-ins if you're sending them to an opt-in form, and in either case, whether you're sending to an opt-in or straight to the sales page, you want to be tracking your sales, or what I call conversions. And all of these things are important to track, because what you want to know is how many people who come from this video actually opt in and how many of them buy, because you're going to be probably having multiple videos up on YouTube, different content or different call to action overlays, and you want to be testing all of those things to see which are giving you the best results, which are resulting in the most opt-ins, which are resulting in the most sales. And so the following tracking videos are going to be explaining to you about how to track these items. And I'm going to start now explaining the options that you have for tracking your promotions and which are best for different situations. I'm going to be talking about 5 different ways or systems that you can use to track your clicks, your opt-ins, and your sales, or what I call conversions, on any kind of advertising that you have, and the advantages of the different systems. Now, this is a shot of a report from AdWords Conversion Tracking. If you're advertising either on YouTube promoted videos or through AdWords, I recommend, if you're actively advertising, that you run the conversion tracking there. This is just some test campaigns that we had set up in YouTube promoted videos, and then over here you would be seeing a lot of conversion data. If we were tracking conversions, but these were just some test campaigns. And I recommend AdWords Conversion Tracking for product owners rather than affiliates. And the reason for that is because AdWords Conversion Tracking works when you have by adding a snippet of code onto your thank you page after the purchase. And if you're an affiliate, you may not necessarily have control over that page. Now, this is a problem with a lot of these conversion tracking systems, and so a lot of them are best for product owners because you have to have some kind of snippet of code that you add into your thank you page. AdWords Conversion Tracking is only for people actively promoting videos or AdWords pay-per-click, because obviously if you are not actively promoting, then there's not a lot of reason for you to be using the conversion tracking through AdWords. It only tracks conversions that actually come from AdWords or come from YouTube promoted videos. And so if you're not promoting really actively, then this conversion tracking isn't going to do you a lot of good. It is a free service plus the cost of the pay-per-click. So if you're using AdWords or YouTube promoted videos pay-per-click advertising, then you can use AdWords conversion tracking for free. And it's going to track for you clicks onto your pay-per-click ads and conversions or sales that come from those clicks. Those are the 2 things that AdWords conversion tracking will track for you. The next option I want to talk about is Hypertracker.com, and Hypertracker is a great system. This is just a quick view of the kind of stats you can get from Hypertracker. I use this for we use this for all sorts of things, but the one I'm willing to show is actually from selling things on Craigslist and tracking the page views, which I was tracking as clicks, and then also actions. And I didn't track sales because the sales were happening in person, but you can track clicks, opt-ins, and sales through Hypertracker. Hypertracker I recommend primarily for product owners, again because of the code snippet, that it requires a code snippet on your thank you page. It can work for affiliates, but you won't have any conversion tracking, so it would really kind of need to be in addition to another system. It is a paid service. It's fairly inexpensive. At this time I think we're paying about $20 per month for it, and it more than makes that back for us. It does have opt-in tracking, which is one of the reasons I recommend Hypertracker, is that you can actually track clicks, opt-ins, and conversions. And a lot of tracking systems will track a click and a conversion for you, but in Hypertracker I can actually track how many people are clicking, how many of those users are opting in, and then how many are buying. So it's giving you a really good picture. If you want to set up opt-in tracking and you're an affiliate, it's a little bit technical. It's going to require some redirects. And so again, that's why it's really best for product owners. And for affiliates, again, no conversion tracking from Hypertracker. So Hypertracker is really a really good option for product owners.
Now I'm going to talk about Woopra. Now Woopra is a full-fledged analytics service. So whereas something like AdWords conversion tracking or Hypertracker are very linear, they're going to show you, they can basically only track if someone has clicked on the original ad, then they can tell you if that person opted in or if that person purchased. It's very linear. Woopra is really sort of non-linear tracking. Basically, what happens with Woopra, and this is similar to Google Analytics, is that it's constantly collecting data about your visitors and what they're doing, and then you can go in and look at that data and using funnels or labels or filters kind of tease out the information that you need about the various campaigns you have running and things like that. So Woopra is really good if you have a lot of traffic coming from a lot of different places, so that you can kind of track all of that, even if people are coming in and purchasing in a nonlinear fashion. I really like Woopra. Also, it doesn't give all your data to Google like Google Analytics does. If you want to keep any of that private, you know, I don't know what Google's policy is about Google Analytics and what they do with your data, but you do know that at least all your data is stored with them, and so they have access to it. Woopra is a private company. Also, Woopra gives you a little more information than Google Analytics does, sometimes a lot more information about specific visits and specific visitors. Not personally identifiable information about those visitors, but you can follow specific visitors through the path that they take on your website. And Google Analytics doesn't really do that quite so much. So Woopra really has been a really great tool for us. I recommend it primarily for product owners, although an affiliate can definitely use Woopra if you have your own website and you're wanting to track things on your own website. That's the thing about Woopra, is that it's a snippet of analytics code you add to the pages on your website, and then it tracks the visitors that land on your website. So that's why I say product owners. If you're an affiliate with your own website and your own sales process through to your various affiliate products that you're promoting, then Woopra could still be useful for you. I recommend it for tech-savvy users, both because it's kind of complex to insert the code onto all the pages of your site, also because it has a lot of data, and so finding your way through that data and finding the information you need really requires a really technical mindset. It is a paid service. They have different levels of subscriptions depending on how many actions you need to track. That's how they do it. So you can have a lot of websites all being tracked on Woopra, and then depending on how many visits you're getting to all those websites, you need a certain level of service for the number of actions that they track. You can track click, opt-in, and conversion tracking through Woopra, but another reason I said Woopra is good for product owners is that affiliates, there is not conversion tracking for that. It's kind of a problem you're going to run into no matter what. If the sales process is happening on someone else's website, you can get that data from, for example, ClickBank. You can look at the number of purchases you have, but you can't necessarily connect those purchases back to the activity on your website or on your YouTube videos or wherever that traffic is coming from.
Okay, the fourth option for tracking you can use is Google Analytics, and this is just a quick view here of kind of the dashboard in one of our Google Analytics accounts. You can see it gives you a lot of data on a lot of different information. Google Analytics is a really great, robust analytics tool and can also be used for tracking specific user paths, conversions, certain clicks, stuff like that. Google Analytics, I recommend for product owners, mainly because it requires quite a bit of adding code to a lot of different pages on your site. So you have to be in control of the sales page, in control of the thank you page when people purchase. I recommend Google Analytics mainly for tech-savvy users, just because it's a great tool. It's a very robust tool, but because of that, it really has a learning curve to getting used to understanding how it works, how are you going to get the information that you want. It's a free service. You don't have to be using AdWords, you don't have to be using AdSense or anything in Google Analytics. It just requires a Google account. You set up Analytics and you can use it for free. And it will track clicks, opt-ins, and conversions for you. And in fact, it'll track a lot of other information as well. Where users are coming from in terms of organic traffic, It's a great system, Google Analytics, but it is technical. And for affiliates, which is why I mainly recommend it for product owners, again, affiliates no conversion tracking from Google Analytics, because when they click on that purchase link on your site, they're being taken away from your site and to your affiliate's site, and Analytics is no longer tracking that. So again, recommended for product owners and for tech-savvy users. The fifth and final tracking method that I want to talk about is Bitly, bit.ly, and it's actually not a tracking system, rather it's a URL shortener. And there are a number of different services that'll shorten URLs for you, so you can put a URL in your Twitter feed or somewhere else, but Bitly also will track your clicks, and I think other URL shorteners do this as well. So you can see I'm just kind of at a page where it's showing me, for a series of time how many clicks I got on this specific link that I had sent out on my Twitter. And so Bitly would be good for product owners or affiliates, but especially if you're non-technical, because Bitly, all it's going to do for you is track clicks. It can't track conversions, it can't track opt-ins, and it's really actually very simple reporting. But the reason I'm talking about Bitly is because some of these other services are just going to feel too technical, and if that's the case, then Bitly is a good option for you because it's really non-technical, it's really easy to use, and at least then you're tracking something, because you've got to be at least tracking those clicks that are coming into your ads, or some kind of way that you are knowing, where are people coming from or what are they doing. And so Bitly can be a good option for that if you need a simple tracking system, you're just tracking clicks, and you're pretty non-technical.
So here's the verdict. AdWords conversion tracking, I recommend for advertising owners. That means you're advertising a product and you are actively advertising it on AdWords or in YouTube ads. That's when AdWords conversion tracking is going to be the most useful for you, because a lot of your traffic is going to be coming through those ads. If you're getting traffic from other places, the AdWords conversion tracking is not going to track that. So it may be that you'd want to use AdWords conversion tracking in addition to one of these other options as well, and that's something you could do. HyperTracker and Woopra I recommend for owners, and then I also have affiliates with an asterisk there because neither of those will give you conversion tracking for your affiliates. Now you can do it kind of guerrilla style by looking at the number of purchases you're getting on the product, but you can't really connect that back to what's happening on your website or to different advertising campaigns or YouTube videos you have out there. So it's better for owners because then you can actually get conversion tracking on HyperTracker and Woopra. The other thing to mention is that even though I've got those lumped together, HyperTracker is really a lot more of a linear tracking system. If someone clicks on the very first link, then it's going to track them through to an opt-in or to a conversion. If they come from somewhere else, it's going to track that they bought, but it's not going to know where they came from. Woopra, on the other hand, is an analytics service, and so it's going to be gathering a lot of data, constantly gathering a lot of data, and then you can kind of tease that data out. Once you see your purchases, once you see your opt-ins, you can look back and say, hey, where did these come from? And HyperTracker and Woopra also, I just would say, are for fairly technical users. Woopra especially because of how much data it has and the effort it takes to tease that data out of tease the data you want out of all the data that's there. Google Analytics, same as HyperTracker and Woopra really. Owners, because you need to have your own site. Affiliates with an asterisk saying you won't have conversion tracking for an affiliate, but if you have your own website, you can put Google Analytics on your website and you can track all the activity that's happening on your website, and that's still going to be really useful to you. The other thing I want to mention about Google Analytics is that you don't want to use it if you're doing anything black hat. Even gray hat, you'd want to be careful. You want to stick to white hat if you're using Google Analytics, just for the simple reason that Google has all your data. So that's just something extra to mention there that you don't really need to worry about as much with HyperTracker or Woopra. Finally, Bitly I recommend for newbies or people who are just non-technical. You want to start tracking, you don't do a lot of tracking maybe, but you're looking at these other options and they just seem intimidating. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. the last bullet point you can see under the verdict is choose what you'll use. You need to choose a system that's going to work for you. And if that's Bitly, then use it. Don't worry about it. Just start tracking something. Start tracking some clicks, and it's going to be useful to you. Any tracking that you do is going to be useful to you. So choose what you'll use. Don't worry if you're choosing something simpler like Bitly or some other URL shortener that's going to help you just track some clicks. That's fine. Start there, get some data. Once you get some money or once you get some, some experience, maybe you want to go to something more technical, but that's fine. Just start with what you'll use and start tracking some of that stuff. It's going to be worth it to you.